Happy Tax Day, Draft Crafters. It's Dan, it's JP. It is April 15th, so hopefully all y'all out there have got everything turned in, and hopefully you're getting some money back, unlike people like me who do this crazy entrepreneurial thing and then end up, having to pay the government some money. I don't know. Did you get it? You didn't get it. It's not working.
There's just a hole where the pull tab is.
That's not ideal.
No, I got
JP might. You know what? I'm just going to get started talking about what we're going to talk about today
really
while you struggle on this bottle, because that's how I was really hoping that was going to take longer. Good sound.
I win.
Still like it. All right, for those of you who
needs to break the seal or wax or any of that,
you broke
just twist
it,
really hard and boom.
And that broke it. So yeah, JP's gonna be drinking a little bourbon. I'm drinking a little beer, and we're talking a little bit of football today. So this is where we get to start having some fun. To like jostle the bottle.
I do it every time. I don't know why. I feel like I have to mix it up. I don't know if that makes any sense.
It does make sense. We've talked about how the neck pour can sometimes be deceiving, whether good or bad, for a bottle. So give it a little
2 pops.
shimmy.
Yeah,
double pop. Always good. Doing a little shimmy to the bottle is probably not a bad idea. So we are literally 8 days away from the NFL draft. And we were just talking about this a second ago before we got started. That you've got some Pittsburgh bourbon that you're going to be bringing up for our little festivities.
False.
And then we're going to try to grab some Pittsburgh whiskey, rye.
Yes, it's either one of those. It's rye.
Okay, rye. Gotcha. Okay, so Pittsburgh rye that we're going to be bringing up, and then we're going to try to grab. I'm going to try to grab at least one from Southern Tier, because I feel like we need to have some Pittsburgh representation from a beer standpoint. I've also got 16 other beers for us to drink, so there's going to be plenty of stuff to talk about from that side of things. But one of the things that's coming up right now, as it's Wednesday the 15th, and we are again a little over a week away, is the mock drafts are coming in hot and heavy, and everybody's throwing all stuff all over the place. Now you're seeing guys rise, seeing guys fall, you're seeing trades happen, you're seeing hilarious trades happen. And you, for example, mentioned to me, and I want to give you the chance to put this out at the beginning of the episode, one of the trades you think is going to happen.
I do. So, it all started with you, because you had pointed out that we hadn't really done a mock that involved trades in quite some time, which I kind of like, because on one hand, like, you really want the teams that the odds of predicting who's going to trade are like probably worse than getting the pick right. You know what I mean?
Pretty much, yeah.
So, like, if you're always moving people around, then you're not really giving any listeners the takes on who their team could take at that spot. Because let's be honest, it's more likely they pick where they're at than they are of us projecting the trade. But we also know the trades always happen. But yeah, I just felt like in the past couple of days, everyone has been releasing mock drafts with all these trades in them all of a sudden, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're getting out of control.
Todd McShay had 3 in the top 10 in his latest.
Yeah, so, one, I would start with this. There's one that I do really want to find a trade partner for. I just can't figure out a way to make it work. And that's Cleveland trading down. I do believe that Cleveland is like all in on Caden Proctor, but I also believe they don't want to do it at 6, which checks out. But I just can't seem to find a spot where I like that. The only other trade that I know that I've been flirting with a lot, and this is probably the one I like even more so than the Browns with Proctor. I just said that because that's one that a lot of people have been on.
Well, the one Cleveland has made a point to say that they are open for business, so to speak, for that pick. If someone wants to,
I think everyone 5, 6, 7, all that whole thing. Everyone said they're trying to trade.
Yeah, I think the Giants are a team that's kind of been a little more light about it than the other ones. At least I haven't seen a ton from them, but everybody else,
But here's the one trade I wanted to get out in front of. The one that I've been planning the whole time to very likely, not guaranteed, but very likely to do in my final mock. And that was to have Dallas trade up, as most people have, because they've been. But what I want to do is I wanted Dallas to go all the way to 3, because this whole time I've been saying that it's Mendoza and it's going to be Bailey. And I understand Dallas would be super excited for Styles too. But if it goes Mendoza-Bailey, like I have thought it would the whole time, I think that Dallas would be super stoked to go up and get an Arvel Reese. And then I think Arizona would be stoked to move back because they could very likely get an offensive lineman, and that solves their how do I get back into the first round to take Ty Simpson. Now, you can say whatever you want. Is 20 if they gave up the 2 picks this year too high for Ty Simpson? Dude, you're taking him in the first. You got back in there with 1 pick. You know what I mean? You're not losing anything else. You're moving back from 3 and still getting the offensive lineman that I feel like they probably want, and you're getting the quarterback that I've always felt like they want. How many times have I said that? If anyone takes him, I think it's Arizona.
Right, yeah, you mentioned that.
I've been saying that for a long time, and I think I saw something come through today where they actually brought him in for a visit. One of their 30s now. Arizona met with
not surprising.
Him, so
again,
but that's the one trick. I just wanted to get in front of it because we're not going to do our final mock until the day of the draft.
Right. Yeah.
So
and let's
just
be honest, most people
someone cooks up
yeah.
the Dallas to Arizona and Arizona gets 2 picks. Like, I think it'd be sweet if Arizona walked out of this because they'd be at what, 12 and 20. Dude, they could walk out with Fano and Simpson for the price of 3.
I mean,
just
that's
the
not terrible.
3rd overall pick. No, I mean,
still don't think. I know I've seen plenty of people doing that.
Put it this way: I have currently. Sorry, I mean I keep talking and interrupting you. I currently, for the time being, only have 10 first-round grades in this draft.
Sure.
Okay, Fano is one of them. So if you can get one of the first-round grades and get the quarterback that I think that they are interested in for the price of the 1 pick.
Well, and again, I understand that, and I think that the Cardinals would definitely take that pick, that trade, which is why I don't know that Dallas would do it. I think Dallas wants to move up that high, but I don't know if they want to give up 12 and 20 to do it.
Well, that's what Kiper had him doing too. He just had him going to 6. He had Dallas giving up 12 and 20 to go to 6 to
which
get
is
Styles.
Hilarious.
And I was like, okay, I get it. Styles could be Dallas's guy. But I'm just saying, I think 12 and 20 can get you pretty much, it might be able to get you all the way to 2.
I don't believe that, personally.
Just saying.
It depends which draft chart you're looking at, but I don't think you're going to get. I think 12 and 20 for 6 is an overpay to begin with.
Class?
But 12 and 20 to get to 3 is pushing it. I don't know that Dallas would do it. I think Arizona would take it.
I think Dallas would do it.
We shall see, and that's part of the fun, part of the ridiculous speculation. The question is, who are they going to take at 3? We're not doing a mock draft, but who should they take at 3? Do you have, and this is the only one I ask you about for the next show now, do you have Arvell Reese at 3 on your board?
My overall board?
Right.
No.
My point is neither of us do.
I have Arvell Reese
that's an overpay
currently at 6.
Don't tell everybody. Oh, well, there you go. I was about to say, don't tell everybody.
It's currently.
It might change between now and the next show?
Well, I figured out because today, I don't know if you said it already, we're going to do 100 to 51, and then the next show is going to be 50 to 1. Mm-hmm. So all I did is figure out who my top 50 is and put them in a rough order. I haven't fine-tuned the top 50, gotcha. The exact order. That's all subject to change. Sure. I only fine-tuned the bottom half.
We'll lock you into 100 to 51, at least for now. If you make any huge moves between now and Thursday of next week, you're going to have to let everybody know. But, and we were talking about this right before we got started as well. It's like, I tried to rank them all the way down through every name that I pretty much had on my list, which you can have 700 guys if you wanted. Obviously, there's only 257 picks. For me, from about 120-ish to about 250-ish, sure. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily have a huge grasp on it. If you have a guy at 120 that I have at 230, I'm not going to be that mad because they all kind of feel like a huge cluster of day 3 right now to me.
I love that you use the word cluster because I tried as hard as I could to break up these clusters. I think on a couple episodes ago, we talked about how McShay was calling them, he said cluster fucks.
Right.
So I'm glad that, because I tend to have this problem of like, if I got similar grades on players at the same position, I have a hard time breaking them up. So I kind of have clumps of positions. I always kind of have that problem, but I'm just happy that this year I've heard everyone say
everybody.
That. So I have just mini runs where I do like 3 at one position, then a new position. Like there's some that I tried to break up the best I can.
Right.
But at the end of the day, there's just not a lot separating these guys, which is why when you said you were trying to go all the way through all these guys to 257 or whatever, my standard practice is I only rank guys that I have grades that are 1 through 4 for the rounds. I don't try to put rankings and separate them, but 5th, 6th, 7th rounders. I just don't. Because to me, day 1, day 2, you got to do, and I wanted only to do the first 3 round graded players. But then I decided to do the 4th round, because sometimes it doesn't get me to a top 100 by just doing the 1 through 3 grades. And B, I always like knowing going into day 3 of the draft, okay, who are my top guys available? Right. So that's what I'm always going to do. I'll rank rounds 1 through 4, and after that, they are what they are.
Technically, you should go to 140 then. Not sure if you're at 125 right now. You should go because there's 140 picks to the end of the 4th round because of how many comp picks there are.
I just want to do my 4th round grades through my 4th round grades, not through the 4th round.
Okay.
So it's a minimum of however many picks are in the first 3 rounds, and then a maximum of just 4th round grade or higher. That's what I do.
All right, so we're not jumping into the 4th round just yet, but what I do want, because we are doing 100, which there are literally 100 picks in the first 3 rounds, I do want who just missed your top 100. I know you got that in more of a block than an exact order, but give me a couple names that stand out to you that just missed your top 100.
Just, to keep it in line with the show, I'll do my top 6 in order.
There you
go. And they're in clusters. Shocker. And it's only 2 positions. Shocker. 101, I have Takario Davis. 102, I have Davison Igbinosun. 103, I have Hezekiah Masses. So the 3 corners there.
Sure.
Then I got 3 linebackers. I got Caleb Elamzor, Matt Rose, and Bryce Botcher.
Okay. Botcher was 107 for me, so we're really close on that guy. I've got in that group the same roughly a number as Jayshon Barham, Roman Hemby, Josh Moten, who I know is way too high, but I don't care. I still love him. Jack Endries, Armaj Reese Adams, and then 101 for me is where I've got Josiah Trotter. Couldn't put him in the top 100. A lot of people love him. A lot of people have got him going off in the 2nd round. Couldn't do it.
Well, let me throw this out there as a disclaimer yet. I am still struggling trying to figure out what all this recent hype is on Jayshon Barham.
Sure.
He was like a borderline. He's right around a 7th round draft grade for me right now. So I don't know. I'm calling it incomplete. I highlighted him in yellow on my board. He's a guy I want to go back and watch more tape of, which seems pointless because I've watched all of his tape being a Michigan guy. But there's got to be something that I guess I'm just missing with him. I know he's got good length and solid weight, and he's got good arm length. His vert was okay. Broad was okay. I know his speed wasn't great, but I don't know. He doesn't have a lot of production at the college level where people are talking about him. Like, basically, I think everyone else is too high and I'm too low, and I got to figure out where I want him.
Sure. Yeah, and
but
I think
he has no shot at the top 100 for me.
Well, and again, he was a little. I probably give him a little bit more love than you did, but there are people putting him in the 2nd round, even, or the very top of the 3rd round.
It sounds like that's going to happen.
Which again, good for him if it does, obviously. So full props to the man for getting paid at a rate that's going to put him in good shape. But yeah, again, I think people are talking themselves into believing that he's got some crazy quickness. And the fact that he had, you're talking the poop ratio was 12 in 162, which is good. It's not great, but it is good. And it certainly is one of those things where, man, there's certain players, and we talk about them as we go through this and the rest of it, that just for whatever reason make you think they're going to be better than they are. All right, we've already taken 15 minutes to not actually start talking about these numbers, so let's go. We're not going to be able to do, takes on everybody, because good Lord, no one wants us to be here for that. But why don't we do these in more or less 10 packs, just because it's going to be easier than splitting up any other way. So why don't you give me
about one guy?
Cool, 191.
Here we go. So 100. I'm not going to lie. I just had fun with this. Okay.
Yeah, same.
Oh,
probably not the same guy, but no, it's not going to be the same guy.
It could be the same.
It'd be hilarious if it was the same guy. It's not going to be.
Is he a D lineman?
No, he's not, so you're good.
Okay. At 100, I just had fun. I put Uar Bernard, dude.
Nice. He is going to be that next tier for me. I mean, he's a 4th round guy for me, but the fact
I have a 4th round grade on him.
Yeah, fair. The fact that he did what he did at the flyers are where you start doing them in the 4th round. So why not take a flyer on the most athletic big man to come out in a long time?
My 4th round grades start at pick 73 or 73rd player. I only have 72 players for the first 3 rounds, so that's where I'm
unfortunate.
Right. So if I'm already deep into the 4th round grades and I'm doing a top 100, why not?
Sure.
Why not? Because to me, I almost thought whenever I get to the 4th round, I was like, I'm just going to make him my first 4th round grade just because it's day 3 and just have fun with it and see what the hell happens, right? But then I realized that had been pick 73, and
it's a bit rich. Yeah.
Can't do
and
that.
Again, for those of you who haven't been paying attention to Art Bernard, of course, the guy from the International Pathway program from Nigeria, who's probably played about 15 seconds of football in his life, but is an absolute athletic monster. So, yeah, definitely fun to see him there at 100.
A freakier combine. It would have been a freakier combine than anything we've ever seen based on what I read about him. So there you go.
What they had at that kind of International Combine Pro Day kind of thing. Yeah.
Insane.
It was insane. Yep.
So I guess that's the guy that I'm talking about. So I'll just rattle off the next. At 99, I got Jack Andrews, tight end, Texas. Are we going to say where all they're from? Everybody knows now.
Everybody knows
say the name of the position. Yeah. Okay. 98, I got Sam Roush, tight end. 97, I have Eli Stowers, tight end. This is probably my biggest cluster because I put Max Clare, tight end, at 96. Okay. It's just a cluster of tight ends in Art Bernard there. All right. Then I go into a little running back cluster. I'm sorry. At 95, I have Jadarian Price.
Ooh, okay.
But I view all 3 of these guys the same. They could go in any order. So at 94, I have Mike Washington Jr., and at 93, I have Jonah Coleman. So that's a cluster. Then I have a little center cluster here. I have Jake Slaughter at 92, and then I have Connor Liu at 91.
Okay.
So that's my first 10-pack for you.
Not a bad little bunch right there. My 10-pack at 100, I had fun as well, but in a different way. I had Diego Pounds at 100.
Hater.
Might be I was about to say, might be a little bit of a reach for some people, but not for you, clearly. 99 is where I've got Zane Durant. 98, Pat Coogan. Love him, don't care for my little center jump. And then at 97, Katron Allen. 96, Tanner Koziel, tight end from Houston. Markel Bell is in at 95. Caleb Elam's-Orr is 94. Caden Curry is 93. Drew Allard is 92. And then Emil Wagner is 91. And I guess I'll talk about, Drew Allard because I want to remind everybody that he's your QB3, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's my QB3, too. And he's sitting at 93. That's what I heard, 92. That's what I feel about quarterbacks in this class.
You'll have to wait till I get to Drew Allard, I tell you.
I'm just saying. I think he has tons of potential. I just don't want to take him before the 3rd round.
There's not a lot that separates him and Ty Simpson to me.
Well, there's a lot that separates Ty Simpson, like 3 inches, about 30 pounds.
Sure.
They are not the same.
Next little 10-pack here. At 90, I got Lee Hunter, Texas Tech. Oh, I don't got to say all that. D-line. 89, this is my D-line run. 89, I have Zane Durant, who you just mentioned, D-line. And then at 88, I have Xavier Harris, D-line, the big fella. Now I'm going to go into a mini safety run here. 87, Bishop Fitzgerald. 86, Traydon Stukes, and he'll be the one that I talk about. I'm going to go back to him. 85, I have Julian Neal, cornerback. 84, Keith Abney, cornerback. Then 83, everybody hold on to your chairs because this is going to break some people. But 83, I have KC Concepcion. I'm sorry, I'm just not 100% there yet.
Sure.
Subject to change. We'll see. I'm still watching. He's a guy I keep watching the tape over and over, and I see flashes. I just don't see this first round buzz. Like, I could get as high as maybe a 3rd round grade on him, but that's about it. 82, a guy would be a heck of a lot higher, but there's just the injury and whatnot, and this tape started to annoy me a little bit. That's Chris Bell, wide receiver. And 81, the last guy in this tier, Billy Sharuth, guard. But I kind of talked about 2 guys there, so I'll just keep it quick. My main thing with Traydon Stukes is athleticism's off the charts. His size is very solid, right? I keep hearing or seeing things where like he could end up being like, sounds like he could be like a 25-year-old prospect, which isn't awful, but at safety, it's still not great.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, but I can't find the reason why he's down there for me. I can't find an official birth date on him though, so I just kind of have him floating in limbo. But yeah, him and Concepcion they're the most likely guys to go up my list a little bit from that tier. That's a fun thing. I should say that on all of them.
Yeah, there you go. Your tier breaks are always fun to see because at that point, it's like, is the guy really in the same tier, or is he just a little bit different? Do you move him around? I mean, and again, all of this is just an exercise in trying to give you an idea of where we think guys should be, because it's so easy to sit back and say, oh, well, this guy's overdrafted here, that guy's overdrafted there. When a team wanted this player, he wasn't coming back to him next round. And again, this is where the Cole Strange thing is like, all right, well, if he's going to be there next round, then don't overdraft him. But otherwise, don't hurt yourself trying to outsmart the rest of the board, right? 90 for me is Emil Wagner, the tackle from Notre Dame.
Hater.
89, Malachi Fields from Notre Dame. 88, which is a lot lower than a lot of people have him. I'm sorry. He's a big guy who hasn't caught a ton of passes. Could be awesome. The small sample size he had. If he's the second or third wide receiver on your team, you're probably doing all right. But not convinced otherwise. Jonah Coleman's at 88. Bishop Fitzgerald's 87.
What wide receiver was that? I missed the name.
Malachi Fields.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have Fields. I have Fields higher.
Yeah. All right. Jonah Coleman's at 88. Bishop Fitzgerald's at 87. Don't care. Love him.
What number is he at?
87.
So that's the same. That's right, Adam.
That's right. I didn't notice that. I was looking at my numbers. Yeah. I like it. That might be the only one we have the same. We'll see how the rest of this goes. Eric McAllister, way higher than everybody else has him at 86. 85 is where I've got.
You're high,
right? Like him, dude. Watch him again.
You might as well just put a little G next to him for a my guy. I've never heard anybody have him that.
Put a little yellow on that, man. Take another watch at his stuff. Chase Basantis is 85. Keontae Scott, 84. Sam Heck, the center from Kansas State, 83. Got Bud Clark at 82. Keelan Rutledge is at 81. And another guy that I got way higher than everybody else is J.C. Davis is at 80 for me.
Oh,
I
goodness.
went one ahead of him. I think I was supposed to stop at 81.
Yeah,
there you go.
I got him down. He doesn't get a ranking. He's down there in those
you don't get a
last
ranking.
couple rounds.
Sorry, that's probably rude.
All right. What are we doing? We doing 10 more, and then what? Doing like how you breaking this up? We doing 10 and then we'll do what, fives or something?
And we'll take a little beverage break, and then we'll do fives.
All right. So at 80, I have Micah Morris, guard. Him and the ended the last year because I had Sharuth and Morris together. Sure. I actually really, really like these guys. I could see both of them potentially ended up with a third round grade.
See, and that's where it's interesting.
That Concepcion and Stukes were most likely to move up, but I like Morris and Sharuth. I don't know why.
Well, here's the fun thing, though. So when you look at both of those two players, right? Shruth, when you look at, again, using mock draft database just because they collate a bunch of stuff, 132 is where they have Shruth right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Morris is at 258.
Yeah.
You're telling me that I could get Morris in the 7th or Shruth in the 4th. I'm taking Morris in the 7th.
That's just another one they haven't caught up on yet, I don't think. I understand there's only 8 days left, so maybe I'm crazy, but I'll tell you what. Maybe I'm too high, but they're 100% too low.
Fair. Yeah, I agree with you. Definitely in the 100s, though, not the 200s at the worst for him.
Right. 79, R. Mason Thomas, edge rusher. 78, another one. Hold on to your chairs, everybody. Dude, he's 25. I'm sorry, he could only be a one contract player. Akeem Mesidor, 78.
Oh, gotcha. Mm-hmm.
It's just where I'm at. 77 and 76. Guys you were hating on. 77, I got Diego Pounds, offensive tackle. 76, I got Emil Wagner, another offensive tackle. And then, dude, because I had a cluster here, 75. I'm waiting to see people talk about him a little more, but Markel Bell, offensive tackle for Miami. Okay. Everybody praises
all three of those guys.
Like
you got higher than me.
The people praise the athleticism of Proctor and whatnot. Dude, I'm here to tell you, Bell had better analytics, almost just as athletic. Actually, his 10-yard split, I think, was the same. It was just a 40.
Admittedly.
He just ran out of gas a little
Markel
quicker.
Bell is not running 40s, okay? Don't expect that. Don't expect him to go pull all the time.
The same 10-yard split as Proctor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Much better analytics for how he played and statistics, if you will, however you want to look at it. And I think he's bigger. He's 6'9".
Oh, he's
huge.
He's
he's lighter though. He's 346.
Yeah,
36 and 3/8 arms.
We've talked about Markel Bell. The one knock on him is them 9-inch mitts.
It makes no sense. Somebody
no,
measured
I don't
that
understand. I don't understand. Like,
what
maybe
does
we
a
gotta go check.
9-inch? What does a 9-inch hand look like on a dang near 37-inch arm?
Don't understand. It's really that defies medical science. So we're gonna have to. Maybe we need to check his pro day stuff and see if his hands magically grew like guys' arms seem to magically grow. I don't know, man.
I would, you know what? If his came in a full inch bigger, I'd be like, yeah, I knew that. Somebody
10
totally
sounds better.
Somebody didn't know how to read a tape measure or use it or something. That's wild. But all right, I guess that's who I was talking about in that one. So I'll just rip the rest. 74, I have Kate Klubnik, quarterback, your boy. 73, Carson Beck, another quarterback. And now here we go, 72, starting the third round grades now. 72 at the bottom of my third round grade. I'm curious to see if I have them higher than you, if we're even, but I know we're both lower than the whole world. But that's Emmanuel McNeil Warren, safety at 72. And 71, my guy, for sure, safety, Jalen Husky.
Oh, you got Husky ahead of Warren. Okay. I will tell you this. Warren is ahead of Husky on my list. I'm going to give you at least that much. I don't
I'm calling my shot. Everybody hates Husky but me.
Look, this is exactly what this is for, is to try to throw some of those names out there.
Yep.
For me, I just told you 80. That was J.C. Davis. So there's me calling my shot. 79 is Emmanuel Pregnan, who I think a lot of people have higher than I do. I don't mind him, but I'm just not convinced that he's a top flight guard. What are the reasons?
I have Pregnan a lot higher.
Sure. I've got Logan Jones at 78. And then Julian Neal is 77. Skylar Gill Howard, another guy that I'm way higher than everybody else, don't care, is sitting at 76. 75, buckle up, because this one's lower than everybody else. And I don't think I've even heard you say his name yet. So I'm interested to see where you end up having him. Keldrick Folk. I know he's young, but I just don't see it. I don't see him figuring this out.
Well, spoiler alert, you're higher on him than I am. He did not make my top 106.
Okay.
You want to know where he's at? You want to know where he's at?
Is he what, 115 or something? I thought I was being, revolutionary by putting him in the middle of the third.
I got salt in the veins too, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're still burned by him from earlier. And I think you still owe me a bomber for that, which is funny because I think I owe you several. So, we'll figure that out.
He's at 117.
Okay. I thought I was being bold putting him at 75, but, hey, it's kind of how it goes sometimes, right?
It's what I'm here for. Hot takes.
Right. 74 is Jalen Kilgore. Definitely been warming up on him. 73 is where I've got Casey Concepcion, so almost the same spot. 72 is Bryce Lance. 71, Adam Randall.
Hold on.
I know I'm higher on him than everybody else.
I got to pause you there. Oh, that was your last guy anyways.
Yeah.
I know. Everybody knows you like Randall, so I can interrupt that take. That's fine. Lance, I got to ask a question, though. Mm-hmm. Lance is probably a top 50 player based on talent. I just don't know about a wide receiver who's almost 26.
No, look, again, I get it. The age is always a question mark for people.
He's almost 26, isn't he? Is that what he is?
He's almost 25. He's 24.6 years old, according to your numbers.
Still.
So, yeah, it's older than you'd like him to be. There's no doubt about that. But at the same time, he has the size. He has the vertical threat.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Third-round pick.
Yeah.
Again, the question right now we're talking. We're not getting into today. We're going to be getting halfway through. Well, for you, we're probably getting all the way through all of your third-round picks and most of your second-round picks at 50. Or no, sorry,
not all the third. Not all the third.
Yeah, about to say, because we're going down to 51, right? But that's the thing. It's like it's fun when you're in this section because you can still talk yourself into something here or there with guys at this level. But again, Bo Stevens at 71 is probably an insult to you, but I still think he's in good shape. And again, I've got him ahead of Emmanuel Pregnan.
Where do you got him?
71.
I thought you said Randall was 71.
Oh, sorry. No, I got him at 70. My numbers are one off. JK,
how do you do this every year?
Too. Dude, I don't know. I think it's because I tried to number 257 guys, and I get a little off sometimes.
This is great.
It keeps you entertained.
You can just drag it down, and it auto does the numbers for you, right?
We've talked about me in spreadsheets before, okay? Clearly, you need to teach me a few more things when we're not doing a podcast.
It cracks me up every time. You are a spreadsheet destroyer, for sure.
No, you know what? I haven't destroyed one in a long time because you haven't let me.
Yep. Here, everybody listen. Dan is view only on all my spreadsheets.
100%. It is a wise
Blocked
decision on
from
your part.
editing.
I can copy and paste, but no touchy. No touchy.
No.
And I understand my limitations. That being said, I understand the limitations of the beer that I'm drinking. Do you remember what series I'm in the midst of?
Yeah, the Griffin, the 4-pack thing.
I'm doing the StroopWafel, and it took me half of a sip to understand what you were talking about.
Yeah.
And again,
so you like the other
stout.
one, but you like the pistachio one better too, right? Yeah.
And again, this is cinnamon caramel coffee Imperial Stout, 14.2, so it's another big boy. It's not bad, but it's like lips sticking together sweet, right?
Yeah.
And so this is a dessert beer, which makes sense. It's a StroopWafel. Like, the ironic thing is, if you handed me some StroopWafels, which for those of you who aren't familiar with that, it's like basically if you take a waffle cone, put caramel in between it, take another piece of waffle cone, squish it together like a little sandwich, like a little cracker sandwich. That's what you're getting. So if you gave me those to dip into my beer, it's a Dutch thing. You grew up on the west side of Michigan, you're gonna come across it. But and you wouldn't like it anyways because you're not a big sweet guy. But if you gave me those to dip in my beer, I'd probably be more receptive to this beer. Which is ironic because it'd be adding even more sweetness to it. But still, it feels like that would work. But this on its own, it's good, but it is too much. Is basically the nicest way of putting it. So yeah, I do feel like, given the profiles of the other two, this will probably end up finishing in 4th place. But even a 4th place finish within the context of what we're doing here, I mean, these are all good beers, which again, they better be for the price tag. That being said, I'll pass on the StroopWafel. I had 2 other ones last night while we were doing the whole trivia thing over there at Broadleaf, like I do. Had their ripple effect, which you wouldn't have liked. It was a very straightforward sour. It wasn't an overly fruited sour. So this is a fruited sour, but it was much more of a farmhouse sour because, again, Brewery Vivant is the one who owns Broadleaf, and so Broadleaf is their like screw around have fun
nachos,
place.
Dude. That's all I know from Brewery Vivant.
I will say this.
That stuck in with me. I like those.
Well, and you got them when they were proper, not before they started realizing they wanted to make more money, so they trimmed back the duck a bit. They're still good, but they're not quite as good as they used to be. No offense to those guys. But Ripple Effect, good but not great, like 3.25. Solid beer, would have it again. Wasn't overly sour for a sour. You may have even been able to tolerate it, but it was it was good, but it wasn't great, right? That being said, it was slightly ahead of the Vast Skies, which was a hopped amber. Basically took an amber ale and threw a bunch of hops at it, dry hops at it. And it was, again, it was good, but it didn't feel like it was supposed to be that way, which makes sense. It was an amber they just threw hops at. So I don't think it blended as well as it should have. Like, I tasted the amber and the hops, not the whole thing together, if that makes sense. So again, good, but not what I was hoping for.
I'm with you.
What have you been up to?
Anything else?
Oh, well, dude, what I'm sipping here right in this moment, it's a bottle that you brought back for me.
By your request.
Talked about on the show. Yeah, it's because I struggled opening it. We were talking about the beginning.
Right.
Because it doesn't have a little pulley thing to get through the wax and all that jazz, and I didn't have a knife or anything by me, so I just twisted.
Just muscled it.
Had to. But it's from Clayton, Georgia, okay? This is Moonrise Distillery, and I was super interested in trying something new from Georgia because, for those of you who don't know, my weird goal is to like just have a bottle from every state of good whiskey. It doesn't have to be bourbon, or it could be bourbon, rye, or even just a straight whiskey. Hell, it could be a single malt if somebody can make one that doesn't taste like earth. So it's just fine.
It's just not your style, whiskey.
So yeah, and I've had everybody, when most people think Georgia, they probably think the 13th colony, right?
Sure. Which is southern Georgia.
It is. And their juice is, it's okay. Like, I mean, I haven't had any of their high-end stuff, but I don't want to get into it, but there's some
questions right now.
Yeah,
we're going to let it all play out.
They're not, I'll just say this. I'm confident in saying this. I'd say this if I was in there. Like, why aren't you transparent about what goes into what's in the bottle?
I would probably make the crack about your spirits are clearer than you are.
Ooh, I see what you did there. So I've been looking forward to trying something new from Georgia, and I did a little research, and apparently Moonrise Distillery had some good things that you can read online about them. Never had anything, just had it for the first time right now. So the one you had gotten me was it's an artesian small batch. It's a cask strength one. So
which you're a fan of.
I am a fan. 120. I will say this. It does drink a little bit hot, right? But it's also 120, and it's also the first. I didn't warm up my palate or anything like I often like to do. Pro tip: if you're going to drink some heavy hitters, just give yourself something light on the tongue, just a little sip, just to say, "Hey, tongue," like
Have
we're
like
we're about to get down,
Right, have a 90 proof, 45% swig bottle that you can just take a little pull from, and plus it's always fun to just pull straight from a bottle anyways.
There's something to it. There's something to it. So
Which
it drinks
me,
a little.
We got to make sure we have one of those for next weekend, but we'll do that. We'll talk about that later. What does it drink
drinks a little hot, but I think it's not too bad, especially for being the first whiskey and being 120, right?
Sure.
I would say this, maybe a little bit young, but not awful, But I was trying to look if that's something they're not even transparent about. There is no age statement on it, but a lot of, Buffalo Trace doesn't even put age statements on a lot of their stuff. You know what I mean? They just started doing it with Eagle Rare. You know what I mean? But I'll say this.
Right.
It hits like your staple notes very well. Like I get a lot of caramel in this right up front. I get a lot of oak, and if you had like some melted caramel with like some cinnamon mixed into it, like I get that with the oak. Beyond like those three primary notes, I'm gonna get back to you on. I've only had a couple sips because I'm trying to wake the tongue up. So if I get any other crazy notes, I'll let you know. At the end of the show. But the only question I have for you is I can't even remember. What did this cost? I'm just trying to figure out if it's worth.
It was right around 80, I think, somewhere in that ballpark. 75, maybe. It was between 70 and 80. That much I do know.
With a smaller craft distillery.
I a little cheaper at another place after we got it. Sorry.
Oh, that's fine. With a smaller craft distillery, I understand they got to put the prices up just a little higher until they get bigger and make bigger batches. That's just nature of the game, right?
Right.
But I would say that I would happily pay like around $60 just to have a smaller distillery, something a little more unique for this, So,
well, I will tell you this.
I like it. I'm not upset about buying it. Let's just say that.
According to AI, because you always like to make sure we have that pitch in the front end of it, they do say that their normal bourbon is aged a minimum of 4 years. Their single barrel is aged a minimum of 6 years, which technically this is a cask of a small batch, so it's probably somewhere in the 4 to 6 range, I would say.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe in the 6.
The only other thing I'd say is like when I do like the glass thing, it kind of matches up. Well, when I say glass thing, because people can't see me, I sit and I do this to see like how
do a little swirly,
oily it is. I call it the legs to see how long it hangs around.
That's a wine term, but it works for bourbon too.
It usually just kind of confirms or denies. It's like, you know what I mean? It's what a combine does. Does this confirm what I had seen on tape?
Nice analogy.
I mean? You like that? This is kind of confirming for me, like the hang times, what I like to call it. Like how
you want
that's one of my yes, because if it's a good tasting bourbon, it's done well and it tastes great and it hangs around, you just enjoy it longer. You know what I mean?
Right, you want I would Michael say Jordan
it's got okay hang time, but not great. And I think that's basically what this tells me.
Yeah. You're looking for Michael Jordan from the free throw line in '88 slam dunk contest, not a 45-year-old center who has like he has razor blades in his shoes jumping. It's just there's a difference, and that one seems like it's erring on the good side, so to speak.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, if you get some age behind this sucker, like I think this thing could be really good.
Sure. And again, that's the fun part of trying to price yourself with any of that kind of stuff. And, it's working out. I've got a rye from Moonrise that I'll bring up next time that's been sitting around my place for a little while. Yeah.
I forgot.
I grabbed that one like 2 years ago when I was going through Atlanta or going through Georgia because someone in South Georgia told me, like, get one of these. I'm like, okay. So I grabbed that and a Savannah one. So we'll have some fun going back and forth with that. That being said, we got to go from 70 to 51, so let's do some little fivers.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say, you want me to do you want to do 20 packs now? I thought we were doing fives.
Nope. Let's do fivers.
70. I just talked about 2 safeties here, but this was the end of that little safety cluster. 70, I do have Jalen Kilgore.
Okay.
And then at 69, I got a little... oh, wow, the next 4. I apologize. I do have a run of 4. Yep. Earlier, I forget what it was. It was a D-line. I had a little 4-pack. I got a 4-pack. I can't seem to split up here. Actually, I could. I could split Caleb Banks off. He is at 69. I could.
Okay.
You know, I probably could lower Caleb Banks down to the 72. And I think I'll do that live on the show and move that up just because, I don't know. We'll see. He played on the broken foot. I really, really... I guess he's the one I'm going to talk about. I really, really liked his tape from the season before this last one, right? Really liked it. He was one, I think I took him super high when we did our little head-to-head mock thing. But, you know, A, I started to get lower on him because production was down. B, I got lower on him because early reports were saying he was like 25, right?
Yeah, which was not true. But
right. Turns out, dude just turned 23. So 2 years younger than what I had thought. And then you start to hear a lot more about how he had the broken foot or whatever the hell was going on with the foot, and he was playing through it. So I'm starting to have some actual real defense for the lack of play. You know what I mean? And I can also appreciate the guy like trying to gut through it and play everything. And he's a nasty dude. He's starting to grow on me more. So I'm not going to move him down. I'll leave him here for now. But then 68, Caden McDonald D-line, 67 Peter Woods D-line, 66 Christian Miller D-line. So
there's your D-line run. Gotcha.
I told you it was all four right.
Those guys are a little more broken up for me. We'll get to that in a minute. I do want to tell you, remember how you didn't have Keldrick Falk in your top 100?
Yeah, 117 he is.
I don't have Banks in my top 100.
I should just call him Old Forester now.
You want to know where I have Banks right now?
You are a Banks hater, dude. He's
at 113, not 117 at least.
Before you asked me to go back and watch some tape, right?
Yep.
See if you can specifically watch the 24 tape.
Okay, I'll see if I can find that.
Because when he's not playing, and again, on an injured foot.
I like the fact that he came back for a team that wasn't contending for anything. I like that he tried to give it a go. But what that also shows me is, especially like for the combine, when he tried to give it a go and hurt his foot again, supposedly, or his shoe, whatever. Point is,
that's what scares me.
My point is, like, who is he going to listen to people who have his best interest? He isn't. He is the defensive line equivalent of Caden Proctor for me, where he has to go to a good system, or he's going to be chewed up and spit out, in my opinion. And again,
the only other thing I would add is, as big as he is,
you don't want foot problems.
Foot injury, you don't want a foot problem. That's a lot of weight to have in that foot, man.
Exactly.
That's what scares me now.
Yeah, and he doesn't have Jennings Dunker like apparently size 18 shoes. I don't think that's a guy we'll talk about a little later on. All right, 70 for me. Mentioned it, Bo Stevens.
We won't be talking about him today for me.
No, that's what I mean. A little later on, being next episode. Yeah, 70s Bo Stevens, 69 is where I've got Akeem Mesidor, so close to where you've got him. R. Mason Thomas is 68 for me. Lee Hunter, the big lovable teddy bear, is at 67. Antonio Williams is 66. And man, I liked Antonio Williams coming into the season. He would be higher if I wasn't so salty, but he also is just a shade under 6 foot. He doesn't have the longest arms. He's got good but not great speed. He can jump, right? And I still like him. I'm a little concerned. He's another guy that I feel like if he goes to a team that puts him in a wide receiver 3 role, he'll probably be just fine. And I think he's got a lot of potential, but I'm just wavering on it more than I was at the beginning of the season.
Is that the end of your run?
Yep.
I got distracted petting a dog.
Fair enough. That's always a good choice.
And she's like basically trying to get on my lap here.
Right.
65, a guy you did dirty, and he's your guy. 65, I have Pat Coogan.
Oh, wow. All right.
Center.
Touché.
I have a
Sorry,
center
Mr.
run.
Coogan.
64, I have Sam Heck, center. And then 63, Logan Jones, center.
Okay.
And then to wrap up this little 5-pack tier here, I've got Dalen Everett, cornerback, and I have Brandon Cisse, cornerback. And here's the thing, man. The guy that I was going to talk about in this little tier is Everett. I went back and watched his tape a little bit more. I like this guy's playing style. I really do. And he's 6'1", 196, so that's solid, man. And his arm length is solid at basically 32. Hand size good, speed, all the athleticism's crazy speed, crazy jumps, everything. That's really, really good. And then you even go look at like the production. He's not like a 1-year guy. Like, hold on, let me pull this up. I gotta know now. You're gonna have to hang tight. Bear with me.
I enjoy Everett. Yeah. Again, you're preaching to the crowd here. I like him better than you do. I'll just say that.
But the NFL, like part of the reason I wanted to talk, I have to verify that I'm a human for college football reference now.
I love it. They are
What the
getting
hell?
scrubbed a lot by people trying to just basically it's like the compliment of mockery or flattery or whatever or copying because people are just scrubbing them for data, which fair because they do such a good job of keeping track of it, but it also means that their site is just getting overwhelmed by stuff. I may have been known this because I was just seeing how I could scrub them for data. So
Oh, you're part of the
I am
problem.
not part
that
of the
I gotta
problem
verify that
yet.
I'm a human being now.
I am not
All
part
right,
of the
so-
problem yet.
Here's what I want to point out, man. This guy has played in 55 football games for Georgia, all
Sure.
Georgia, all SEC.
Mhm.
The last 3 years of that, he's got 18 pass deflections and 5 interceptions.
Sure.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, this isn't a one-year wonder type guy, and this is playing in one of the top 2 conferences to me. And then the NFL gives him a 5.98 grade. That's just disrespectful.
I
It almost
disagree.
makes me want to move. It makes me want to move him up even more. But
Well, I think you
can't.
should
I like where I got-
because here's my little spoiler for you. You're not going to hear his name today on my end.
Cool.
All
I
right.
dig that.
We'll get to
I
that
like
a little later. You are going to hear Emmanuel McNeil Warren at 65, Caden McDonald's at 64, Jadarian Price 63, Christian McClellan is 62, and Mike Washington Jr. is at 61. I got Jr. ahead
Wow.
of Price now. Price was my
So
2.
do I, as you should.
Mikey is now my 2. I like him better. I like his potential. Again, here's the thing. Price has all kind. I mean, I love the fact that he hasn't had a lot of carries, et cetera, whatever. But Washington, at his size and his speed, like that's crazy. You put him on a team that's going to give him any semblance of running room, and he's going to get to the second level and be running over safeties. It's going to be great.
Yep. That's what I like to call like that super combo traits. Like when you see the huge guys who are electric fast, that's not common. Like it's unique.
No.
It's a unique pairing. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Now,
So you
again,
can-
those don't always work out.
No.
But I do
Actually,
like
they
what he's doing
probably
so far.
they probably blow up in your face way up more often than when they do work out. But
Sure.
when they do work out, it's like you win the lotto, dude.
And this is the year to be throwing darts at running back.
Oh yeah, why not? Right? Yeah, because I mean, there's one and then the rest.
Exactly.
60. Let's see. I'm curious to see where you have
Ooh,
him.
okay.
It's a race to see who's lower on him. Everybody, hold the phone. This is where JP's gonna break the internet.
Wait. Don't do it. I'm going to be super annoyed if you put him at 60.
He's at 60.
Because I got him at 59.
Do you really?
Yep. I
I
love
have
that you
Ruben
haven't said
Bain
his
Jr.
name,
at 60, man.
but I knew it was Ruben Bain Jr. Again, we want to point out, we still think he's going to be good at the next level, but people putting him in the top 10 for a guy with short arms and a lack of finishing production, no.
He should go on day 2.
Yeah. I think if he went, here's the point.
He
If
should not
went-
go on day 1.
If he goes towards the end of round 2, I'd be great with that. He won't, but I'm just saying if he did.
You and I, you know what? I'll just say it now. Just because we've stood our ground with him pretty much the entirety of the season, is even just based off of how his rookie season goes. I don't care if I'm eating crow or saying I told you so.
Right.
But I'm going to. First episode that we do postseason. Actually, I'll probably do it throughout the year. I'm probably have
Well, you
like,
definitely will throughout the year.
yeah. I mean, like, well, it's trending I'm an idiot or it's trending I'm smart. Let's see.
We may do that.
All
That
right.
might be a weekly thing. It's like where JP versus RB. I don't know. It should be fun
Right.
to see. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So I guess he's the one I'm talking about in that group.
Yeah, right?
59, Cassius Howell, edge rusher. Sorry, bro.
Rude.
58, Caden Curry, edge rusher. You know what this tier is?
Edge rusher too?
T-Rex edge rusher. This is the
T-Rex.
T-Rex edge. They
What are
all got
Curry's
little
arms?
baby arms. Tiny.
What's Curry got? I can't
Hold on,
remember.
let me slide.
He's
let me slide it
obviously
over.
lower for me than he is for you, and for some reason my edge rusher numbers all got just
Caden
like
Curry,
poofed.
you ready? Caden Curry, 30 and an eighth. Cassius
That's not
Howell, 30 and a quarter. Ruben Bain, 30 and 7
The
eighths. So
only one of
Bain's
those three
actually
that
at
makes sense to me is Cassius Howell. Like the other two, I feel like should have longer arms. I don't know why. And I'm not even
why?
saying from a
They're-
height
They're all
standpoint.
like the same height, too.
I don't know why, but for some reason I can accept Cassius Howell having
They're all
short
like the
arms.
same weight. They're all the same guy.
They're not the same guy. Don't do that.
I know. I'm just
Rude. Plus, you like
All right.
Curry the best out of those three, anyways.
I do. That's why he's higher, but they're still in the same tier. 57, I have Chase Basantis, and then 56, I have Keelan Rutledge, both guards that you did dirty.
Okay, well, you know what? Guards are used to being dirty, so it's perfectly fine. We'll be okay there. 60 for me is Max Clare, tight end, and then Ruben Bain at 59. Ted Hurst is at 58. We've definitely come around on him a little more than a lot of people. Have been pumping him, and I really definitely like his potential. Right? That's what it is. It's potential.
Ted Hurst.
That's the
Where
thing
did I put
for him.
Yeah, I like him a lot too, but he's at 110. So he's above Keldrick Falk.
Okay, well, there you go. I mean, he's above Keldrick Falk for me too, so at least we got that going for us, which is nice. 57 is where I've got Chandler Rivers. I know he's not on your list. I don't care. You can be wrong. It's fine. 56, don't hate me for this one either, because I know you got him higher than I do.
I don't care if we're in the middle of a podcast. Can I ask you a question? This does this every damn time we do this episode, and it's driving me insane.
What'd you do?
I get this automatic pop-up for Adobe Flash Player. Do I need that, or can I click uninstall?
Uninstall. Heads up to anybody who still has Flash Player installed anywhere. That by the way,
should I not do this during the show? Because I don't know what it's going to do to.
I wouldn't mind if you waited till afterwards, just in case your entire computer crashed. But for those of you who we just got done ripping on me for my lack of spreadsheet wizardry, which you clearly are way better than I am. But that's the funny part about JP and technology. This man is a wizard with spreadsheets and hates everything else about it. Yep. So the fact that you have a Flash still plugged in from like years ago.
Spreadsheets help me.
I'm just saying, Flash, I think, was out a good several years ago. I'm not quite sure exactly. At least I feel like it was.
Good to know.
Yeah. 56 to end my tier here before we get into the last one. It's Gabe Backus. Don't hate me.
What?
I know you like him more than I do.
Where do you have him?
56.
I'm logging off.
Second rounder.
Oh, actually. Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Did you forget to rank him?
I never hit record.
That on this entire podcast so far?
Yep, that's correct.
I want to go back to the point that I made literally about 37 seconds ago talking about JP and technology. So go ahead and hit record now. And so for the last
I've been recording the same time, Dan. I just had to get you back for putting Akis so low.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Joke.
Look, with you, it's happened before. I thought it'd be funny. It was going to be like the last 10 minutes are going to sound normal. All right.
But I needed to buy myself time. You really have him at 56?
56. Don't hate.
You lost some cred with me, guy.
You just have a little too much love for him. We're going to see how that all plays out. We're going to come up.
Yeah, right.
We've already got.
I'm calling it right now. Gabe Backus is going to end up a Chicago Bear, and you're going to love him and eat crow for decades.
I would like to point out that I will put relish on that crow if he ends up tearing it up for the Bears. So I'm fine with that if that's how it works out. If they take
a little
the
hometown hero for you.
I'm on board with that working out. And I've just put a little voodoo on there for you.
Remember that.
A little reverse curse right there. All I know is I'm glad that there are several edge rushers that you like, and the Bears need an edge rusher, so there's a good chance you're going to take at least one of them. And my prayer is still that they take one of the edge rushers you like in the first round, and your boy Grayson Halton in the second round. Maybe even get Mike Washington. Bears, listen to me, man. 57, take Washington. 60, take Halton.
Dan's is telling the Bears to listen to my takes.
24 or 25, go ahead and take Zion Young. Shoot, take Gabe Backus. I don't care. Be so much fun for me to have camera on your face when all that stuff happens. All right, last five for today.
55, I have Elijah Surratt. 50,
Hater.
Wide receiver. Dang, I just went up. This whole tier's wide receivers. I got 5 in a row.
Of course you do. All right, so Hater with your first one. Continue.
Elijah Surratt. 54, Malachi Fields. I'm glad I put him one above your boy Surratt because you did Fields dirty.
Rude.
53, Antonio Williams. 52, Chris Brazel II, and he's the one I'll talk about. And 51, Zachariah Branch.
I'm going to give you one of my 5 here because I got Brazel at 53. So we're right about there on him.
Nice. So Brazel was the one I was going to talk about. I know that I was, I've been a supporter of him, saying that I like him quite a bit, and it terrifies me because he's from Tennessee. I'm starting to feel, because Tennessee's system, you got one route, man. But I tried to find tape, found very, very little, but I did read some things.
Sure.
And so take that for what you will. Who knows who wrote it? You know what I mean?
And we haven't talked to Chris about
this. Before he transferred to Tennessee, he was running a full route tree.
Sure.
So maybe it's just he went there, and then this is what they asked him to do, and he said, "Okay, whatever. I'm playing in the SEC now." Like,
right. They just said, well, and again,
I feel
we've talked about that
better
with
that he can
Jalen Hyatt.
do more.
Right. We've
Yeah.
talked about that with Hyatt with some of the guys. It seems like Tennessee is very simplistic with their system, which isn't wrong because you're trying to make things as easy as you can on the players so that they aren't bogged down with whatever else they can just go out and do the job. But yeah, that is interesting because you mentioned that, and we actually a joke that I've got at least one post that we're putting up or one reel of you talking about Brazel only playing one snap on the opposite side of the field from where he normally likes to play. So hopefully he doesn't come at you for any of that because clearly at Tulane he did a little more of that.
I'm defending him. I like him.
I know, and I put that in there too that you actually like him a lot more than other people. So that's the thing. It's like Brazel, I think is 10 for me. I think he's like 8 for you, 7 for you as far as like the wide receiver rankings. Somewhere in that ballpark position wise?
9.
9. Okay, gotcha. But one is you like him better than I do, and one spot ahead of me as well. My 5-pack here has got basically most of the names you've already said. I got Brandon Cisse at 55, which I think is lower than a lot of people have him. I like him.
Oh, we're both lower. They have him just outside. They have him in like
in the 30s.
Top 40. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Gotcha. I've got Chris Bell at 54, which is funny that I've kind of gone up on him as you've gone down on him. I think it's mostly been the injury concerns versus the production, what's going to actually come out of this. And I'm trying to, I guess, bet on the upside, I guess, to an extent. But even then, I still wouldn't take him too close to the start of the second round. I do believe he's a second, third round kind of fringe guy for me.
Oh, yeah.
53 is Chris Brazel. 52, Colton Hood. I still believe in Keith Abney. He's 51 for me. I know he's short.
I believe in him, but he's one of those guys that I put down a little bit lower just because if you try to put him as like your top corner or an outside corner, like it could go south.
That's the thing, dude. This year just feels like a draft where I don't feel like there's a lot of top end, like all pro talent, right? So if you talk about, 32 teams need to have starting corners.
Hence the 10 first round
right,
grades.
exactly.
That's all I got.
I mean, look, 32 teams need to have starting cornerbacks, right? Keith Abney can be a starter. He just it better not be your top starter. He should be your nickelback, and you'd be fine, right?
Yeah, that's where I want him.
Pons, all those guys, right? Notice neither of us said
Pons
D'Angelo
is a nickelback.
Pons.
Oh, man, I'm in.
We'll talk about him later, right? Because he's, by the later, I mean next episode, because he's not in either of our top 51s because he's in the top 50 for both of us. That being said, I do like what Abney could do. The only knock on him is the fact, in my opinion, that he's not 6 foot tall. Yeah. So that's always a concern. Before we wrap up, are there any other mocks that you feel the need to mock?
Well, so here's the thing. I felt like we were mocking the mocks at the beginning of the show, so I was going to try to do something different for my piece to wrap up the show.
Sure.
So I'm only going to use one as an example. I went to ESPN because Mel Kiper likes to do his final mock like a week out from the draft and try to get ahead of it and to say, hey, I'm confident now. I don't want to wait until the spoiler alerts come out. You know what I mean? Which I can kind of respect that, to be honest with you. But I was listening to that show, and he came out, and some quote maybe to somewhere in this ballpark. He came out, him and Field Yates, and was saying that they had about 18 first-round grades.
Bold.
I told you I have 10, but where do you think you're at?
I think I'm between the two of you. I think I'm probably somewhere in the 12 to 14 range. But again, I'm looking at what he did. So that would mean Kenyon Sadiq is a first round. Some combination of Omar Cooper Jr., Monroe Freeling, Dylan Thieneman is a first round. Which one do you think Dylan is? Mekhi Lemon's first round. Proctor's a first round. Mamano's a first round. Like Jordan Tyson's a first round. There's guys that we like, but and again, this is where Mel did, now to his credit, it was 12 and 20 for 6 and 39. So the fact that he gave them 39 to go with 12 and 20 at least makes it a little more acceptable. It's not like he was 12 and 20 just to go up to 6. So I'm behind that trade now that I've seen how that all worked out.
Sure.
That being said, it's first off, we don't think Sonny Styles is going to be there at 6 anyways. There's a chance, but it's like it boggles my mind.
I really think the Giants are going to take him.
And anybody who listens to this show knows that we are not Buckeye fans on the whole.
Nope.
But Caleb Downs, I get the feeling Caleb Downs and Sonny Styles are going to end up being two of the players that people are like, how did they not go 1 and 2? And again, it's because of the position, whatever.
I told you earlier today, like I was actually kind of joking around, like when I remember how at the beginning of the show I was saying like I keep trying to find a way for Cleveland to trade out of that pick,
Right.
but it's just too far back because they wouldn't get Proctor because I know Detroit would take him.
Right.
But I was flirting with the idea of having, like Minnesota Vikings or Carolina Panthers, one of those two teams trading up to 6 and grabbing Downs. But I was like, man, that's a big jump. That's a big jump, though.
It's a big jump.
Even if you really like them, that you're giving them
and you're
a
not
lot.
jumping for the premium position.
Yeah.
I understand where people come from with that.
So that's why I was like, I can't.
It's almost like Mel is your guy right there. If Sonny Styles is there at 6 somehow, right? That his trade of 12 and 20 for 6 and 39, because then Cleveland can take Proctor at 12.
Yes, that would be like a backup, like one in a way. Like that'd be ideal for. So basically, Dallas, I really think that they would trade with either Arizona or Cleveland. I really do, and it'd be for Reese or Styles.
Well,
I just don't know who they have higher.
This is once
Like,
again
if they
just
want
me
Reese,
pointing
they
out.
got to go to 3.
All right, this is once again just me pointing out how much you and Mel Kiper get along.
Apparently, all of a sudden. But yeah, I do think Dallas has been uber aggressive the past several years. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to do what they want to do, and I feel there's been enough buzz that they're if there's a guy they want, they're going to go get him this year. And
and if there's a guy they don't want, they're going to trade him to Green Bay. So
Hey, I like
not
that.
salty about that at all. To wrap up on all that, so again, Todd McShay dropped his 4.0 mock draft just to give you the trades that he did. I'm not sure if you've seen it.
I haven't heard that yet.
Okay, so his mock draft, Mendoza's 1, Bailey's 2, which we agree with that, right? We've been saying that for a long time. He has the Saints trade up to 3 to get Arvell Reese.
Not happening.
No, of course not. And they gave up and they gave up 8, 42, and a second rounder in 2027. No, not happening. And then Love for Malinois at 5.
Not happening.
And also
Could happen.
6.
I
Now
just don't
6
see
is
it.
fun. So he's got the Browns and the Cowboys trading for them to come up against Sonny Styles. Same as Kiper, except his trade is 12.92. Yeah, his trade is 12.92. So 12 and a third.
That's interesting because that was my backup. Like
Well,
I
and again,
think
that's
the
what Kiper's
Cowboys
doing.
are going to move up for somebody.
Sure. They want
One
to.
of
I don't know
those
if they're
two.
going to. I don't know that
think
they
they're
will
going to.
find the deal they want. That's the
I
thing. I don't know if
think
they're
they're
going to find the deal
going
they want. That being said, real quick, while we're doing this, would you, if you're Cleveland, would you take 12 and 20 for 6 and 39, or would you take 12, 92, and a second next year for 6? 2 firsts, and you give up a second this year for your 6, or first, a third, and a second next year. If you're Cleveland, you're a real draft day scenario.
I think I go the 12 and 20 only because like if I'm in that front office and I'm making the decision, I need to like protect my job in the future.
It is it's a new coach.
Yeah, but the NFL is effing crazy these
Also
days.
true.
Dude. They run people. So yeah, I think I go that route just because I want to get the picks now.
Sure. So yeah, so that's just a fun little exercise. Now this gets more ridiculous, right? Because at number 7, Washington trades with the Jets, who just picked at 2. They come up to 7 to get Carnell Tate. They trade 16, 44,
While I like Tate
and
for
140.
the Jets quite a bit, I don't see them moving back to moving up. How many times does that happen? This is real draft day.
No, they're not moving back to move up.
Hey,
They're not moving back to move up.
shenanigans. How have you not seen that movie?
Yeah, and it was because I know it's a lie. They're not moving back to move up. They picked
Hollywood.
at 2.
Of course
They're moving up from 16 by giving 44, which is their second round pick, and then like the end of the 4th round to move up from 16 to 7. I don't think they would do that because I think they can probably get a wide receiver they don't mind at 16 anyways. And then
So I like
at 8,
I like the Dallas. What do you mean? And then there's another trade.
Well, no, this is
Wait,
8,
so
8 is where
You're telling me
Carolina-
there's three
Cardinals pick. Yeah, there's 3 trades in the
three
top 7.
teams moved in the top
7.
7. Sure, I was going to say top 10, and they're all back to back.
No, it's 3, 6, and 7. 8 is where Cardinals ended up
okay.
because they traded
Okay.
with the Saints. And the Cardinals take Spencer Fano because I'm guessing he can be the tackle. Right
Wait
tackle?
a second. That's exactly what I was trying to say. Like, if the Cowboys traded with the Cardinals, they could get Fano and Simpson.
Right, but they got
Damn.
Fano. He's got Fano 8, not 12.
I gotta redo my mock rough draft for my final mock. I don't like how much I'm kind of agreeing with everybody yet.
Again, I want to point out McShay has Caden Proctor going 12, so you don't have to worry about him going to Detroit because he's going to Cleveland at 12 with the trade that they made. He has Blake Miller going to Detroit.
Oh, that's who I have in my rough draft mock draft going to Detroit, taking him over Monroe Freeling.
So I want to point out once
You know
again,
why? You know why? And man, McShay, you're onto something. You know why, Dan? Because it seems like they've already moved Sewell to left tackle no matter what. Blake Miller plays right tackle. Also, he has still that physically imposing size and some solid athleticism, but dude, he grades out way better in the run game. Than what Freeling does.
Right.
I really think Detroit will take Miller over Freeling.
To wrap up all of his trade craziness, 16 is where Washington ended up instead of 7, and they took Omar Cooper Jr., so not a bad choice for them there technically. But a couple other trades. The Bears flip-flop with the Chargers from 25 to 22, which I believe those are the kind of trades we're going to see. Like the back end of the 20s, we're going to see some teams moving 2 or 3 spots because of where people got people on boards. Trade up to 22 to take Dylan Thieneman.
Get out of here. I'm glad he did that because he ain't getting that right.
Yeah,
to predict the right player and a trade, come on. He is not getting it right.
Well, at 25, the Chargers take Chris Johnson, which is not someone we've seen mocked a ton, but not bad.
I like he's our CB3.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Not bad to have him
History
there.
tells you at least more than 2 corners go in the first round,
So, while you like that pick, it's really funny for me, too, because at 25, you like that pick. At 26, Keldrick Falk for the Buffalo
Super
Bills.
gone. Nope.
27, Caleb Lomu for San Francisco.
Love
which
it.
You've said. Yeah, exactly. It's just funny to see the way that goes. And then the last trade he has the Cardinals come up to 30 to grab Ty Simpson. So you just had him going a little higher.
To 30. Who's at 30? Who's moving
They're swapping
out?
with Miami. Basically, they gave him 34 and a couple of later picks for 30.
Miami's not moving the pick they just got for a Waddle. No. I understand they want to keep getting more and more picks.
To go back 4 picks.
You know what? I
could see them doing that.
I could see the team after Miami. I could see New England. New England historically always loves moving back, dude. I could see them moving back. They would move back with the Cardinals.
Well, and again, when you look at how that all plays out, I do not think Miami's taking a quarterback with their second pick anyways in the first round because they have so much they need to sort out with that team. So I believe that the Patriots could easily go back 3 spots to do that. We're going to mock some more mocks next time. We're going to get to our top 50 to 1, basically, and give you guys an idea of who we think should be going in the first couple of rounds. Anything you want to wrap up with here, sir?
No, I think we pretty much covered everything today, other than who was it? I'm just curious to see.
What do you got now?
Oh,
JP's got that contemplative look on his face.
I know. There was a player I was waiting to hear one of us say their name, and neither one said it. I forgot.
So maybe both of us got him in the top 50. Or both of them have it outside of the top hundo.
And it's my player that I got at 50, so I'm going to start the show with it. And it was the guy I was wondering if I was higher on than you or not. We'll see.
If you didn't hear him, I might be higher than you, or we might start off the day with the same number. It should be fun to see what happens next time with Draft Draft.